Hello YouTube friends and fans. This evening we're going to work on putting in two backup cameras on this 2007 Chevy 3/4 ton. It's a 2500 HD. Let me show you where we're going to mount the camera.
Next level.
My father-in-law pulls a gooseneck trailer with this. We're going to use that black dot right there. That'll pop out. And it should allow him to see this gooseneck. And the other one, and the other spot is just above the license plate here. So that way we can see the ball as he's backing up. It's getting harder for him to turn and see. Of course, that's never been an easy thing to see in a truck. Hopefully for about a $50 purchase, we should get this all settled in. Well, let me show you what I do have so far. This is going to be the back camera. I'm going to drill it in and recess it right above the license plate. That'll be all the wire to travel up to the dash. Here's the wire for the second camera, travel up to the dash. And this little guy here, you can see it, is a piece of rubber. It's actually two pieces. Sandwiched it, and that way this will be flush to the back of the bed. So, of course, I got my power cord for that. So it's just a matter of getting her all hooked together and going from there. So first things first, I've got to provide power. Fuse panel's right here. This just pops off. You can see all the fuse panels there. I'm going to have to find one to pull my auxiliary power, and I want this power to go when the ignition's on only. So it'll take a little testing, but we'll figure that out here in a few minutes. I've already got the jumper here. The other hard spot is to figure out where to mount this camera at, or the monitor itself. I was kind of hoping to mount it here, but I can't get anywhere for the back of it to mount. There's the little mechanism. I did get the bottom plate here. There was a screw up underneath. Took that off and allowed me to rotate that plate. So what I think we're going to do is sit it right there, and then this will sit here. It's about my best option. Won't be so obvious to thieves. Won't distract from the top of the dash. So let me get power wired in, get this all online, and bring it up to speed. I have fished the wire for the two cameras up through the body panel here. I'll show you where that's at. But first, you can see the blue ground, and then you can see that I piggybacked off of a fuse. That was a 2-watt fuse. Let me bring the panel over here so you can see which one it was. The third one there from the top, you got the rear seat, auxiliary, and then the 2 amp. That's the one that I used. Comes on with the ignition. So now we just got to take the wire across the dash and catch up with the monitor. The wire got pulled up through that grommet there. That's for the emergency brake, I believe. So this panel just popped right off. No big deal. So that's that. Now I've got to run it along the frame and hook up the cameras yet. Been at this now for a total of 5 hours. Well, I thought I'd bring you in here to show you how I was going to run the wire for the monitor and hide all the camera wires. Basically start up here at the top and just pull, and that'll pop off. Then tilt the bottom out and it'll pull down just like so, past this gear shifter there. And you work from there. I'm going to run the wires off the back, drilled a hole. You see I've got wires pulled already up. This wire here is to pull up the wires from the cameras. All you gotta do is just gently fish it down. It'll go no problem. Let me slide this out of the way. And down here at the bottom of the dash, I have the switch wired up. It's going to control the second camera, and it also turns off the first camera so I can see the second one. Alright, I'll bring you back in when we get the rest of the cameras installed. This is that little grommet that come out over there. I drilled a hole and epoxied it into the back. The red mark, I tested the whole setup, and that was showing me where level was at on the camera, the proper direction for what I wanted to see. And I'm glad I did that, because when I did it, if I'd have went by way the mounting piece that was on there that I cut off, it would have actually sat about like that, and the view would have been wrong. So always test before you go ahead and assemble everything. It's always best. It will leave you so much less headaches. So now I just gotta fish the wire down through and get a ground on the bottom down there. When I figure out where I'm putting it, we'll cut in. Alright, I got a piece of heat shrink tubing. We've pulled the wire up along the frame and through the hole here. I'm just doing that to keep this joint extra tight. I don't really want to have to resurface this. I already did it to the ground here. So you just slide her over, add a little heat. My last little adventure yet is to hook the ground wire up. There's right here on the side of the bed. There is a terminal. Get the orientation right. Well, I'll get the ground hooked up. We'll take you up front and we'll see what this sees. Well, we ran into a little bit of an issue with the voltage off of that breaker. So what we had to do, come up here to the fuse panel. That just picks up, slides over, and then out. And you can see I piggybacked off the fuse right here. Comes down, runs along the firewall. Goes right into the red wire, goes right through that grommet of the firewall. Let me show you where it comes up at. So that wire comes right up there. There's the red wire coming through the housing. And I brought it right along here. And you can see it's tied in there for the rest of everything else. Let's see how good we did. Put the key in. This should all come on with the instruments. What I've done, this will explain, I'm glad I did this way. There's a light down here, switch. When I flip this will be the camera in the bed of the truck for the gooseneck. This camera's got a primary and a secondary wire for the camera. So the primary is going to be the hitch. Secondary is going to be, there we go. I wish it was down just a hair more, but that should get us a little bit better. Time to finish it off. All right, last piece of the puzzle. Let me show you what we got under here. Blue grommet right up there is the ground. So it is done all the way from the back of the bumper. Wires fished all the way up to the bumper. There's a support piece of plastic built into the molding here, and there's another one right on the other side. So I couldn't center it because due to the nut that goes on the back. So that's the best case scenario. Well, let's take it inside here in the truck. Proof is in the pudding. Still have it on the gooseneck in the bed, and that is standard, but I don't like that I can't see the ball back there. Well, I backed it up to the trailer, not seeing the ball the way I'd like it to. I'll make some adjustments, but that's about as good as it gets for now. We'll catch you on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Try to do more interesting content just like you're currently seeing. Thank you.